Yeah, don't know why. So let me just check that just to make. Oh, testing, testing. All right, all right. So the audio's working. All right, cool. Don't know why. Mm, mm, 585. Mm, Oh yeah, most definitely. That's gonna work. Yeah, that should work. And then we should get a move like back up here. Hmm. I mean, bears always suck. So I mean, it's hard taking a short, man. It's like you want to show your account that you don't love it. Take a short. Mm. I mean, has it done that before? I don't think it's done that before, bro. I mean, you can't even you can't show me on the charts where it's done that. You can't even show me on the charts where it's done that. I mean, you can't show it to me. And then it goes up and do it anyway. Breaks out of it and then it runs. I mean, you can't even show me on the chart where it does that. So why would it do it now? I'll be like, like throughout the week probably. Oh yeah, bears just suck as always. And ain't nothing new about that. And ain't nothing new about that. All right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that previous area of support or previous area of resistance acting as support for today's session or yesterday's session. Don't let anybody ever tell you that tomorrow's data does not influence today's. Literally, that area right here became support and was used to blast this market off. Wow. Wow. Mm. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part, obviously. That was a mistake on my part. I mean, we could see a move down, but I mean, at this point, I'm done with shorts. I'm basically done. They just suck. They don't hold or nothing. They just suck. Hmm. What is that? 525. Yeah. Yeah, that 525 level. They blasted right through that today. They blasted right through 525 and used 525 as support. All right. So I mean, obviously that can't be right. Mm, bask in that. Bask in that. Bask in that. Take that in. Mm, bask in that. Of course. No. Thinking. Not gonna be thinking. Mm. I mean, what else are gonna do? Yeah. Huh? I don't know. It should be in her room. On the desk. Look in her room. Mm. Yeah, I'm not gonna take no long. That's good. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, it just doesn't ever allow it to pull back. It just does not allow it to pull back ever. And by the time it pulls back, I mean we just see like a big crash. Yeah, I'm kind of control right there. Probably like 22 or something like that. 22, 21 initially. But we definitely touching this. We should see it. I mean, once you get that gap fill, probably. Yeah, I didn't know that it will be like in that gap, probably like a halfway gap. And we'll probably see like a, or maybe that's a strategy I should use. One side long and one side short. Hmm. Man, that's not gonna be it right there. That's too easy. We didn't get no rejection from that or nothing. So they're definitely gonna try to come in and try to pretend like they're gonna fill this gap, and then they're gonna crap. They're gonna pretend to fill that gap. 115 is probably where we bounce. Or see a rejection. 115. Yeah, let me put like a limit right there. Like that. Yeah, yeah, he's just basically foolish. Mm, mm. I probably want to get like the first target hit, and we'll probably say I'll bounce at that trend line, or at least the bull's trying to buy it off of it. I mean, that probably trapped like a lot of bulls right there, or a lot of bears, and they got stopped out just for the thing just to go. Like the Nasdaq can be just so nasty at times. It can just be so nasty. You just have to be a stubborn bear to hold stuff like that. Mm, mm. Mm. Hey, what's up, Nate? And yeah, I'm all about them entries, man. I mean, when you're used to trading smaller size, you have to be able to squeeze out as much profits as possible. You have to squeeze every single tick out of a move to be able to have a decent size position or to get some decent profits out of the position. I usually tell myself that I'm not going to ever take another short again, and in the same day, I'm back taking a short. This is basically an addiction at this point. I'm never going to do it again. And in the same day, I'm taking that short again. I mean, the Bears suck. I mean, that's no doubt. The Bears suck, but if anything, we should at least get a. I mean, the Bears suck, but usually when I see a setup like this, we at least should see the bottom, a retest at the bottom of this range at least. But the Bears suck. So, but at the same time, mm, I'll flip my bias on this. I'll flip my bias if I see that they actually break above this level and find support. If I can, I'll let it probably go halfway, and depending on the strength and the momentum, I'll probably close if we see that pump up. But I mean, the Bears should hold this based on how price action should work, but Bears kind of suck. So and we'll see if they'll follow through here. We'll see if they follow through. See if they follow through. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised if that were happen would happen. I wouldn't be surprised. 85. Where's that coming from? Oh yeah, oh yeah, we caught that beautiful short today. I mean, we lost one and we gained one. I guess that's how that shit works. Nice, beautiful short that we caught today, earlier today. I'm not gonna lie, this short gave me energy today. Playing this short, added at the right time once we got the confirmation that it broke that trend line down. Shit, and we only left 5 points on the table. We left 5 points on the table to the downside. I think we got in at 82 and we left 4 points or 5 points. So all in all, we had like 9 points that we didn't capture today. That's fine. I'm still punching the air because last night I was looking at this and I wasn't looking at this chart specifically. And I was thinking about going short at 70, but I didn't know. But I was looking at my other chart. I wasn't looking at my ES chart. And this was clear as freaking day to short this right here. Clear as day to short this. And I fumbled that yesterday. Been fumbling a lot of potential plays all week. I haven't been taking them because they're shorts. And I mean, they've been working out, but I mean, this one wasn't even that stressful. It would have worked. It would have been a nice little, it was a 30 point, like almost 30 points, 25 points around there. This is, there we go. Get rid of that. I ain't no use in that. 46. Mm, yeah. This is where I fucked up this morning. All that hard work. I was on my 6th day. Perfect. Didn't take any losses in that account at all. 6th day. And the only loss that I took was the loss. That loss was 23K. I lost 23K this morning. 23K because in the moment I didn't want to close it. I was hoping that the Bears were going to finish their rotation. I mean, we tapped into a major area of supply and the Bears couldn't even hold that. But I should have known. I mean, you got VWAP sloping up. So I mean, they was gonna at least, if it touched VWAP, it would have probably bounced. Hmm. Hmm. Um, Yeah, in that moment, I just wanted to pass the account, man. I got emotionally high, allowed my emotions to hijack me this morning. Mm. And once you get caught up in the grasp of chasing, it's hard to stop. I mean, you might as well just blow the account at that point because you're gonna lose it in the moment. It's hard to stop chasing. It's hard to accept that loss. That's a challenge. But I should have followed my rule. I had that rule to protect me for a reason, but it would be nice if I could kind of lock myself out of the account once, like really lock it to where I can't even take a trade. It would be nice. Or I can't even turn it off or turn it back on. I wish all prop firms did that, but I guess how else would they make their money if you don't trade on tilt? How else are they supposed to make their money if you don't trade on tilt? Okay. Dude, I even put in it. Yeah, so just to kind of show y'all guys, this was my running balance in that account. Perfect days in this account. I kept the consistency, and today would have been my last day. Uh, uh, as I look at this is actually kind of, I won't use the word emotional, but I guess emotional, because obviously I'm looking at my work right now. I'm looking at how every day I came in, I had a plan. I executed that plan and I got rewarded for that plan. And the one day that I did not, or I mean, I did have a plan, but for whatever reason, the bears broke through that support just to get, just for it to come right back. And I got caught. I got caught. I thought that, well, shit, they broke that structure. I guess they want to go short, but I got caught selling the bottom, and it was just history from there. So it wasn't that my analysis and my thesis wasn't wrong. I was just, I guess, too early. Uh, I guess I was just too freaking early on that. So all I needed was one more day, and I would have been done with that account. One more day. Uh, Actually, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this as a reminder of. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this shit. I'm just gonna keep this in my. I'm just gonna. Just going to just look at this uh, because that's what trading a plan looks like. That's what trading a plan looks like. What happened today is not following your rules and trading on till and blah blah blah. Hmm. And I'm pretty sure the people over there, the admins that were probably tracking accounts, they was looking, was like, man, this guy's look at him trading the plan every day. And then they was like, oh damn, what the hell happened? I was just imagining that earlier today. I was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know why I let myself get that far. I don't know why I sat there and let the account lose 23K like that. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Mm. Mm. Yeah, and I keep doing that too. I don't know why. Like, why do I get like that? Like, why do I do that? Why do I do that? Now, I mean, if you're in this short with me, uh, I would be cautious around the bottom of this range right here. I'll be cautious if you're in this short with me. We can possibly get that first target hit for sure, but a second target is at the bottom of that range. I mean, I guess I could just. No, I'm gonna leave it alone. That first and second target is strategically placed. Those are stationary targets. I can't move those. It disrupts the. I mean, as long as I get these target hit, and if price were to come back and take me out, it'll be break even. It'll be break even. So the first and second targets I don't move. The third and fourth target I can adjust those target how I see fit. Hmm. Yeah, I appreciate that, Red Kid. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess it's not the first time I did it. I guess. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, you can look at it and just see where I go till. This is another one of the accounts right here. You can see that I'll be like super consistent, and then it just be these big days that just takes away the account. This honestly, this day right here, I don't know what the hell was going on. And honestly, this day right here kind of influenced this day. I'm not even gonna sit here and say that it didn't. Because I was paused, or this was a day where this was that Friday, and I had those two losses, and I was going to accept the $2,800 and just come back on Monday, but I was like, nah, fuck that. The crazy thing is, I brought the account back to break even, but then I was making, I guess, well, for whatever reason, I was making mistakes. So I brought my account back to break even, and then it brought right back to 2,800. And then when I was like, shit, so I made the 2,800, I lost the 2,800, and that sent me tilt. And then I said, nah, bump it. And I lost an additional 22K. And then I came back into the market on Monday and I did this crap. Well, yeah. Yeah, I did this crap. So, I mean, this is like, so when people ask like why I don't trade my own money, is because I have to, when I go on tilt, it's not the emotions that I'm feeling, how I'm feeling. It's somebody just took something from me, and I can't accept that. I can't accept that. I can't accept it. I can't accept something taking something from me and me not doing something about it. I just can't accept that, and it's hard to shift my mind to thinking that this is not. This is not. I mean, it's just a hard shift mentally. It's a hard shift because I see the market as an entity. I mean, it is an entity. It is. Um, and it took something from me. I can't accept that shit. Uh, or I'm just unwilling. Let me rephrase that. I'm unwilling to accept it. My mind is not wired to see failure as a stepping stone to success. My mind is wired to see failure as failure. Uh, and then once I cross that threshold, it's like, nah, I need to get it back. Either I'm blowing my account or I'm getting it back. I'm getting what I want, or I'm gonna die trying, quote unquote. And that mentality has cost me accounts. I mean, it's not my first time doing this. This is my first time losing that much. I mean, earlier today was the first time I've ever lost 20K. I've never done that. I haven't done that up until this morning. But then that goes to show that how deep this thing is because I didn't care. I did not care in the moment. I didn't care. I cared afterwards after I blew the account and shit, and I cared after I got out the gym, but I didn't care in the moment. I wanted it back. Uh, and I mean, it's not like the market didn't give me plenty of opportunities. I could have took the 10K loss and just started back over, but no, that wouldn't have been good enough. It wouldn't have been good enough. So mm, the account is gone. I'm just gonna let it. I'm not resetting it. Um, I'm just gonna let it rebuild next month. Just let it rebuild. But it just goes to show. It just goes to show that when you deviate from your plan, that's usually what happens. And then once you get into that cycle of chasing, that usually what happens. Usually, so. Mm. Yeah, I mean the blue sky. Yeah, it definitely is. Mm. Because as I was comparing the as I was comparing the because the way I was looking at it, it was the funded side that I was like, okay, I might as well just stick with the. Let me actually just pull this up. Actually, let me make sure something real quick. It was the funded side that I was like, I don't like. Give me what didn't I like? Oh yeah, it was the micros, or it was the amount of contracts that I. Yeah, it was the amount of contracts I think. Yeah, so yeah, the 200 obviously the 300K had a $20,000 or I mean a 20K profit goal, and this one had a 6K profit goal, but then I mean obviously the static drawdown was obviously different. Oh shit, I didn't know there was at a hold on, what? They have a daily loss limit end of day? I didn't know that. Well, obviously they wasn't enforcing that shit unless they do it at the time of like if they review your account at the time where you say you passed, they review it. I didn't know they had a daily loss limit because I mean obviously I touched this already in one of the accounts. I didn't know they had a $2,500 daily loss limit. Yeah. Yeah, I think well you get like an extra $500 on both. Mm, mm. Oh, maybe I should have actually looking at this now. Maybe I should have got the 200K one. I think I didn't like the drawdown. I think that's what I didn't like because I got these accounts when they were selling these. Oh, actually, no. Okay, that's why I got it. All right, I forgot because they was only doing a special on the 300Ks. They was only doing the specials on the 300 static accounts and not the 200s. I would have to pay like the full price for this one, and they were selling these for $100. That's why I got this one. They was doing it like one of these, and I think it was a 75K and the 300K that they were selling at for 300 or $100 at the time. Yeah, yeah, it was like $100. Yeah. Oh, that's a soft breach. Okay. Yeah. Mm. You know, My trading style now, because I kind of figured, so I've adjusted my trading style to this consistency rule like a long time ago because I saw that this was the direction that these prop firms were going in. So I've adjusted my trading style to implement consistency. And I'm glad I did because obviously now they all do it. So that's why I have a one trade rule. Once all my targets get hit, I'm done for the day. And I only take 2 losses in the account. That's supposed to be my rule. But obviously, I had to follow it. I'll follow the one trade a day for sure. I'll follow that. I'm happy. I made 3K, 3K. I'm happy. But if I lose 2 trades, I lose $2,400. If I don't adjust my stops, I'll lose $2,400 on both trades, or I'll lose $1,200 on both trades, equaling $2,400 altogether, which I can come back from that. I mean, I just need to follow up the next day, and one trade brings that, it zeroes out that loss. Yeah, so. Well, hopefully, well, I mean, I already know I won't, but hopefully. I remember how this feels, so I don't do it again. But I'm pretty sure I will. I just it's not even. I just have to work on just accepting the loss and moving on, accepting it. I mean, if I'm planning my trades, I shouldn't be losing twice. If I'm jumping into multiple trades, then I'll easily get that first and second loss. But as long as I'm planning my trades and having a thesis behind it, then I shouldn't be even losing the first trade for like really. But I mean, we did pass another account today, so I mean that account is funded. I'm not. So I guess we lost one and then we got another one. So I mean, it's not a. I mean, I guess it is a trade off. It's just I really wanted that 20K. I really wanted that one. Mhm. Mm. Mm. Yeah, that's exactly right, Rocket. Exactly right. I'm so close. And I was asking myself earlier. I was like, I mean, I wasn't. I guess I wanted. Well, I mean, mm, I don't even know if I wanted it. I mean, well, let me rephrase that. I wasn't nervous or nothing. I mean, I knew I wanted to get it done, but I mean, it's not my first rodeo. I mean, it's not like that's my first account that I've ever passed. So, like when it's like always that first account that you pass, you get anxious at the end and you make the mistakes. I mean, I was really questioning. I was like, I mean, what the hell happened, dude? Like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened today? So I told myself, if you're gonna be stupid, you're gonna be strong. So, kind of just like the same way I approach trading in a systematic way. I mean, everybody that goes to the gym does this. I mean, so it's not like I'm not doing anything special or anything, but I have blocks. So I go up on weights 6 times every year, and I increase the amount of sets that I do. And because of today's stupidity from myself or the unwillingness to overcome my emotional hijacking, uh, I earned myself what did I call it today? An early increase. So now instead of increasing the sets, increasing the weights, increasing the frequency in the next month or so. Oh, all that shit got increased today. So you want to be stupid, we're going to be strong. And so everything got increased today. And we're not going back. It wasn't just for today punishment. Nah, we're going to work hard. Let me get in the gym now. All right, there it goes. Let's see if we can get that second target. See if we can get this second target right here. Usually, if we can get that second target, that third target is usually guaranteed to hit. It's like, well, let me rephrase that. It's like an 80% chance it's going to hit if we get that second target. But usually, if I don't get that second target, then I know that okay, I may have to reevaluate this position. Um, hmm. So I mean, they're buying it at VWAP right now. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if they hold this. I mean, we still got the EMAs sloping to the downside, but all the bulls need is for a bullish engulfing candle. And I mean, I feel like the bulls can make an attempt and come in, but I mean, we're gonna have to see because right now, I mean, the bulls are low key making higher lows, low key. So I mean, they're stair stepping it up. I mean, the Bears did hold that area, which I kind of felt that they would, but mm, if they break out of this range, if they break out of this range right here, and then we got a nice follow up candle like this, then I have to consider if I'm going to stay in this position or if I'm going to close out. But if they break outside of this range and find support, then I know I'm wrong. I know I'm on the wrong side. I know I'm on the wrong side. A range breakout, that's everything that every side of the market fears. You can see that once they broke out this range, you can see the bulls bought it and they sucked price right back into this range. Same thing happened with the bears. They knocked it right back in. The bears know if they break outside this range, then their stops are in trouble. Same thing with the bears or with the bulls. But I mean, we got an interesting situation right here. We got a trend line coming down, and we already have the break of that trend line, but then we have a resistance line coming across. So I'm very interested to see if we trade inside this range right here, because if it keeps doing this, well, this trend line going down is always going to be sloping. So if they can't find support above this resistance line as it trades into a range all night, well, we're going to probably see that move lower before we see a move higher. So the bulls are definitely trying to find support outside this range and above this line. But obviously that right now the bears are doing a good job protecting this area. So this is where the bulls need to break and hold. And if I see that, I mean, this is a sim trade, but if I was in a real trade, this is what I'll be watching for. I want to see how they react at this line. And if we got a big bullish engulfing candle up and then the next, yeah. If given the opportunity, I'll try to get out this as low as possible because at this point, it's going to squeeze higher. All the stops above these highs, it's going to squeeze higher. And I would have to try to protect myself as much as possible at that point. Hey, what's up, Red Pill? What's up? How's your trading going so far? Are you in the short or did you take the long from the lows? Mm. I would say you're eating. Yeah. That's probably the best thing to do is to sit in your hands and wait until tomorrow. My overall bias is that we go down tomorrow before FOMC. That's my overall bias because of this little pattern that it makes or that it made. But that's a very big but. Yeah, I think 500 might 500, 480, or maybe this line right here. Let's actually project this further into the future and see if it's going to be a significant area of support going into tomorrow's session. So what is that? So about 525. Yeah. 525 was that area. I told you guys to mark that on your charts earlier today. They did not use it as resistance, but they definitely used it as support. So shit, from this area, we got 100-point move from 525. So if you caught that, congratulations. Yeah. So, I mean, if we see a break below 525, and I'm pretty sure once we get into that 500, 490, 480 area, there's going to be definitely bulls buying it. I mean, you got this breakout at 476. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be an area right here that we can possibly see a market make the market make a move to potentially. And the bulls are definitely going to want to buy this retest, especially the ones that missed this big move up. They're going to want to buy that retest. The test is going to be if they actually, the test is going to be if they can actually break back above this level. If we see something like where price breaks below this level, it comes back up, and the bears hold that, and then yeah, that is definitely the short right there. That's the short. It's hard for any side of the market to recover after they hold a potential area of resistance or support. It's hard for the market to do it. The bulls have been doing it. They have, but they're getting a lot of help from bears. They're getting a lot of help from the bears. You see this consolidation. When you see consolidation, we all know that that's, at least in this situation, that's the bears selling it, selling it, selling it, selling it, selling it, as the bulls are buying the dip, aggressively buying the dip. And as the bears are selling this, their buy stops are just building up, building up, building up, building up, because they're piling into this, trying to trade the rotation. The same thing, I mean, the same thing is for the bulls. I mean, their sell stops are building up, but the bulls have the aggression right now, unfortunately. So the bears get turned into buyers. The bulls take their profits. We see that move back down. But by this time, the bears are so afraid to sell the damn thing. Everybody is just buyers at that point. So, I mean, I will say that it's challenging because you really can't trust a short setup. When you're in a good short, it's super stressful. You feel like you aged 100 years in a minute. And it just feels that the bullish side is always the easiest side to be on, which, I mean, who can blame you? This market is super bullish. Well, it's not bullish. It's the bears are just they're just failing to hold the rotation, and their stops are fueling this market higher as they did last year. I mean, it's nothing new. And now the new way that I see this market is I don't think the bears are actually existing, or they're really non-existent in this market at this point. Because when I see a move down like this is profit taking right here. This is a sell off. This is people selling out of their position. There's no price action. It's a straight line down. This is people selling out of their position, whether it be bears selling or buyers getting stopped out. That's a sell off. But once they're done selling off and everybody becomes buyers again, beautiful double bottom here on the Nasdaq. They take their profits at the range, they get a pullback, they buy it, and they just keep buying it. I mean, even as the market is going down, you're still making more money as a bull than a bear. So, as somebody that prefers to short than to go long, yeah, yeah. I think I'm going to start just waiting for the pullback and just going long. The shorts is just too damn stressful. It utilizes a lot of mental resources because you just don't know. You don't know. I mean, you get into a good short, you get into a short position at a good area of resistance, and then the bulls make a candle like this. And so now you're making the determination, damn, should I get out of this position now and flip long? Or is this just one of those bullish momentum pumps that fakes you out of the short just to flip long so you can become liquidity? And that's what makes being in short stressful, is that overthinking. All the candles are bullish engulfing candles, even as they go down. Yeah, so it's to the point to where it's like, yeah, you might as well just wait for the long. Might as well. But if you can get into a good short, man, the thrills of that, the thrills of actually getting into a good short when the market is just crashing down, people are selling out of their position. The thrills of being in that. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin. Thanks, I appreciate that. Says pivotal day tomorrow. Yeah, dude, the Bulls and the Bears will make money tomorrow. I think everybody's going to make money tomorrow. There's literally no way that everybody doesn't make money tomorrow. Literally not. Literally. We're going to see a big move down. That big move down is going to get bought right back up. That big move is going to get sold, especially if we touch, if we fill that gap. Especially if we fill that gap. Especially, I think that we're probably going to see, just like on the Nasdaq. I'm Yeah, especially on the Nasdaq. I think she's going to the same typical thing that the Nasdaq does. We're going to get a half fill the first time and a drop. The Nasdaq always does that. She's just so notorious from doing that. We all know that the first attempt to fill that gap is a trap. Is a trap the first time. It's the second time that she comes in and fills it. The ES, I don't know. I think it's more likely for the ES to fill the gap. We may see a rejection at 15. I actually got a sell limit at 15 already, just in case we see that overnight. But I believe the real short is here at 130. 130, 134-ish probably. 130 to 134. And that's where I'm going to be looking to short this. Or 126. Got that value area high right there. I mean, because, yeah, like right there somewhere. So I think we got that bounce at like 23, 22, and then it came back. So I'm definitely going to be looking in this range right here for to sell. I'm actually going to probably put a limit up here. tomorrow. And we're gonna put a limit right there because I would find like I would lose all faith in bears. I would absolutely lose all faith in them if they allow the bulls to fill that gap and to keep going. You got to understand how much bearish or how much sell orders it took to make a move like this. This is a 1,300 point leg down or on the Nasdaq. I didn't count it on the ES. Let's actually do that now. 163 6163 and it's 5948. This is a 215 point move on the ES. The Nasdaq had a 1,300 point move down. If the bears allow the bulls to make a full retracement and a continuation, I would lose all faith in bears. I would long in supply because obviously y'all bears don't want it. The bears don't freaking want it. I would feel more comfortable longing in supply because that is absolutely crazy that y'all had that big move down just for them to come right back up and take it from take it from the bulls or the bears. And shit, we're almost halfway there. I think we had a 6. I think we moved up. So from the bottom to the top, we've already retraced half of that move already. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, so 20. So today's high was I think it was at 21,620, 21,626. And then that low of day was at 20. Yeah, we already retraced 863 points already. More than half of that move. And the bears are failing to hold a move like that. I mean, they've tried to hold it here and then they came back. So they tried to trade the rotation down and they tried to hold it here. But you can see in hindsight, look at that beautiful double bottom right there. Man, if you paid attention to that double bottom, you got that. And that nice double top, they came right back in. And this is where they try to get aggressive. But nope. Bulls came right back in. Not only did they stop the bears from completing their rotation lower, they took them out. All the bears that didn't take their profits here, this is where their stops are right now, up there in heaven. Their stops are up there in heaven right now. Yeah. Yeah, the market is really making being a bear just unbearable. It really is. It's to the point to where I don't even want to take shorts anymore, but and shit with Trump. I was actually thinking about this yesterday night. Trump is not going to want this market to crash. He doesn't want this market to dip down at all. He's going to want if not the stock market in his first term, I'm pretty sure he's going to want it to be better than the stock market in his first term. Right now, Obama has the best returns of any president or let me rephrase that. Out of Biden, Trump, and Obama, Obama has the best returns. Obviously, during his they had the financial crisis in that recovery. But I'm thinking that Trump is going to want to beat that. He's not going to want to have this. He's not going to want the market to fall. And Elon Musk is really good at pump and dumps. I mean, he said something about Bitcoin, Doge, And those markets was influenced by the things that he says. We don't know if he still has that same influence, but at one point in time, he did. Trump also has that same influence. So all they need to do is make an announcement, make a news line that gets everybody excited, hype them up, like they did with this AI Stargate thing, and the market shoots up. I really think, shit, at this point, they know how to play this game. They perfected shit, this game is so perfected. You got YouTube influencers doing it. You got a girl that just said Hawk Tua, and she had a meme coin that pumped. You had the Paul brothers, whatever his name is, Jake, or I don't know which one it is. He did it with his coin. YouTube influencers are doing it. So it's not hard to believe that somebody like Trump and Elon, with all that their influence, they can't do it either at a bigger scale. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think we see the market crash. I know a lot of people was talking about it, but I don't think we see it. I think we see a big pump and then a pullback, probably, but I don't think we see a pullback from here. At least that's my thesis for at least right now. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking so too. Like I said, I think everybody's going to be able to make money today. You just have to pick your, or tomorrow. You just have to pick your spots. Everybody's going to make money tomorrow. Why? If we see a pump, then we're going to see a dump from those highs. But then we also got to remember that after the bell, we have Tesla, Microsoft, Intel, and Meta, I think. Yeah, Meta reporting earnings right after the FOMC decision. So if we see a dump from the FOMC, then it's highly likely we see a pump. If we see a pump and then another pump, so it's either dump, pump, 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 or dump, dump. It's, which I highly doubt that we see a dump, dump. That power pump is powerful. Meta is like, it's hot and cold. Sometimes their earnings. So for what I've seen with Meta in the past, it really depends on where the stock is. They pumped on bad news, and then they dumped on good news one time, and they did that multiple times. And I was like, how do people trade this craziness? You don't even know what to do. Good news and the damn thing dumped. Bad news and the thing pumped. So we'll just have to see where the market's at tomorrow. And then on Thursday, no matter what happens after tomorrow afternoon, we have Apple. Apple is definitely going to dictate the direction of the market. It's the most heavily weighted stock in both Dow, Nasdaq, and ES. So whatever Apple does, this market will do. So that's going to be interesting. I'm surprised that we don't have Amazon as well on Thursday, because they usually report Amazon and Apple on the same day, but this time they're not doing it. So I'm going to make the assumption that Apple or Amazon is going to be next month, and Nvidia. You all know that Nvidia likes to be in a week all by itself for whatever reason. But Nvidia is not no longer the darling, especially with China coming out with their own version of ChatGPT, which is more efficient and free and open source. So now anybody can use this technology and sell it commercially. But it's going to be hard to sell something that's open source in a commercial product. That's going to be hard, because, or if you do sell it, you definitely going to have to provide something other than you would have to sell something other than what you're selling as well. You would have to combine that, kind of like what Linux does, where they sell an open source distribution, but you're quote unquote paying for the customer service. But if they're making this thing open source, it's going to be hard. That means anybody can make a chat GPT at this point. And it's supposed to be more efficient and better and blah, blah, blah. So, and then you got all your Exxon, Chevron, all your oil companies on Friday, but they're always making trillions of freaking dollars. Shit, we're worrying about tech. The oil company, the oldest form of capitalism in the world is oil. Make trillions of dollars, trillions. Shit. What's a number bigger than trillions? They make so much money. Yeah, so we got Apple, Intel on Thursday, IBM, Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla on Friday. And then before the open, we have ASML before the open tomorrow. So that's definitely going to be a market mover before the market even opens. So I will look forward to that. And we got Nasdaq also reporting as well. We got Nasdaq reporting in the pre-market tomorrow. Nasdaq, ASML tomorrow morning. Yeah. You got to also watch out for Pepsi earnings whenever Pepsi does their earnings if they haven't done it already. Pepsi is like the 10th heaviest weighted product in the Nasdaq, believe it or not. That's why we got Pepsi right here on the order flow, because Pepsi influences the Nasdaq, believe that or not. Okay. Yeah, well, I might as well just leave this here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if I didn't get that second target hit, then it's most likely I'm on the wrong side of the market. So, usually in a situation like this, if this was an actual trade of mine, I'm okay losing $1,200, but I wouldn't be losing $1,200. I would probably I would lose $900 if it touches my stop. I would have a break even trade if it would have touched that first and second target. Um, I could reduce it. I could reduce it halfway above these highs. I mean, if the bears are serious, which I shouldn't say that in a sentence. The bears are serious, then it shouldn't be going too far above that high right here. It shouldn't. But did I delete a line or something? Yeah, I must have accidentally deleted that line. I'll just put that back. Low 585. Project that into the future. Okay, so yeah. It shouldn't be getting above this line, but yeah, I would. Yeah, I think I'm on the wrong side because it's holding this range, and if they get a breakout of this range, then we'll see a rotation back up. We'll see a rotation back up here, back up into this range, and that's if they don't hold this. That's if they don't hold it. Let me look at ES real quick because I mean the Nasdaq is crazy, but you can always kind of tell what's going on. I mean the ES doesn't look like it wants to pump. The ES does not look like it wants to pump, but I mean, price is getting suppressed by that 200 EMA. So, I mean, it doesn't look like it wants to pump, but let me look at the MES real quick. See, and then it's different on the micro ES. You got the 200 EMA actually holding up price. So, I mean, yeah, I guess we'll probably see a pump overnight. I've already got my sell limit here at 1475-ish right there, 15, I think. 15. Actually, let me make sure. I think I got it in. Yeah. Yeah, so I got a sell limit here at 1450. We'll see if we can get that hit. I'm going to be looking for uh price to probably come back down here. I mean, unless they don't. Unless they don't. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we get a pullback. Because they'll be right here in the middle of this gap. Yeah. And we'll see what happens. I'll let it rock out. Yeah, I'll let it rock out. Okay. So toxic FX says check the daily trend, higher high, higher low. Let's look at that. Okay. I don't know why it has to do that every time. I don't know why, but all right. Let's look at the NQ. Higher high and higher low. On the daily chart. Go to the ninth. All right, so the daily chart. Yeah. Mm. Mm. I mean, obviously the bears broke out of that. Obviously, the bulls broke out of that downward trend right there. So we got a break. They came back in, but then you can see that they found support right there on the trend line. Right there, they found support right there. Hmm. Yeah, when I see a big wick, yeah, yeah, because that means obviously that there's buyers there. I mean, shit, they've been buying this area every time the bulls had got an opportunity to buy in this area. Look at these wicks, and just like you said, shorting into that. Yeah. So it's obvious that the market is, for whatever reason, is in love with this range, in love with this area right here. But man, if Powell says something absolutely crazy tomorrow, I know to watch out for 600. I know to watch out for a break of 600. Dude, if we get a break of 600, we can, yeah, shit. Where's the next level of support? If we get a move, shit. Yeah, the next level of support is down here at 19K. God damn. Just imagine that. So just keep that in keep that outbreak of 600 in mind for the future, because that would be a deadly break. I mean, that would be a good break, but what is it? 2250, 260? I mean, if this thing just shoots down and then comes back and then shoots back down like that, yeah, that would be a bear's dream right there, but that's highly unlikely to happen. Highly unlikely, especially if Powell plays nice tomorrow and he doesn't say anything that scares the market. Okay. Well, there goes that break right there, and that's what we was talking about all night. That break. Um, yeah, and there goes the stops right there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, from what I've seen, if I don't get my second target hit, I'm on the wrong side of the market. Mm. And this is exactly why it's hard to be on the short side of the market, because the bears just don't hold. They don't hold anything. They don't hold nothing. Okay. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. You better get done quick, because you stay in with your pants down for too long, it'll be you the one that's getting flipped over. Like I said, I mean, this just goes to show that this goes to show that as long as you know where your areas are and how price is going to react if it touches this area. I mean, we got that short squeeze and we was talking about this the entire session. I'm just glad, well, I'm happy that it was able to happen. As long as you know where they are, you know where you should be getting out at. And I should have just, like I said before, if I was in a, if I was this blah, blah, blah. If this is a real trade and I saw that my second target wasn't getting hit, then what I would love to do, I'm not saying that I probably won't. I mean, my stubborn bearishness might kick in and say, nah, it might stop. But what I would want to do is put my stop above that high, because I know that if price touches it, then this is exactly what's going to happen and kind of save me some money in the long run. Chilling tails that haunt you. Yeah, I was up. This is a sim trade though. Usually at night on stream, I trade the sim. I trade my evals in the morning. This morning, I started off really bad, went till lost an account that I worked hard to build up. But uh, once I kind of was like, well, it is what it is, we got into another account and we passed that one this morning. So, um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, all right. Well, there goes that short squeeze. So when I was telling myself, I was kind of telling myself earlier today or earlier in the stream was, when do you ever see that once the bulls or the bears break out of a trend line, when do you ever see them come back and actually succeed? And honestly, as I was looking, I mean, if you look at all the times that the bears or the bulls broke out of a trend line, that's always followed by a short squeeze, always followed by it. I have I looked at the charts before the stream started, and I was kind of doing it during the stream as well. But once you see that break, I mean, you got that short squeeze right afterwards. So I will say, on the ES specifically, the Nasdaq does. Uh, Trend lines are very important on the Nasdaq, but they're super important on the ES. And it was something I said this early in the stream as I watched it back, and I was like, damn, I said it, and yet I still did it. I'm gonna show you where I made the mistake at, and I'm gonna show you where I made that mistake on the ES this morning. Where was it at? So obviously it was earlier in the session before the clapping happened. Yeah, so if y'all guys recalled, I was like, man, but that trend line is in the way. And yet I took that damn long anyway. I took the long anyway. The trend line was in the way. Was this it? Yeah, okay, yeah, this was the trend line, I think, right there. It was something like right here. Yeah, so the trend line was in the way of my long this morning. Where the hell was it? I had it perfect this morning. Around 8:30. Okay, so yeah, this is it. And I took that long, I think, like at 33ish. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I took that long right there at 33, and then initially it was in profit. It was initially in profit, but then I said, damn, that trend line is in the way. And I was like, hopefully the bulls can break out of this trend line and we can get a move back up. But that's not how it works on the ES. Don't ever trade against a trend line. What I should have did was wait for the bulls to break out the trend line and find support at that trend line and then take the long. And that's just how I know that this morning I was kind of being real thirsty with that because I guess I wanted anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you don't ever you wait for it to come out, break out of the trend line and then take the long, not while it's still in it. And that was a mistake that I won't make again. I won't make that mistake again. I should have listened to myself. So I mean, I can't even be mad. I told myself that to not take that long with that trend line in a way, and I did it anyway. Trying to trade how I want to trade, but at the same time, yeah, at the same time, these bears have been super weak. So it was like, well, mm, well, they weren't super weak right here. They got me thinking that this was a break of structure right here. They got me. But no, it was just the bulls or the smart bulls waiting for a trend line break. And as soon as they got it, they were off to the races with it. So I'm going to remember that for next time. Yeah. 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 And they do diverge too at times. There was, yes, what day was that where the Nasdaq was super bearish So the CVD on the ES was super positive, and the ES basically trended the entire day. The CVD on the Nasdaq was super bearish, and it literally dropped its way up. So every time the bears or the bulls were able to make a pop, so this is basically the Nasdaq one day where it was just, actually, let's see if we can find it instead of me just doing this and then I'm just in the stream after that. I think it was what, earlier this week, Monday, I think. Was it Monday? It was probably like last week. It was up. Well, yeah, my charts don't go back that far. Oh, this is the Nas. This is the ES. So obviously that's the. Does it? Anyway, I really don't want to look for it. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so even though the Nasdaq was, yeah, no way. Huh. Well, if I kept my stop, it literally came at my stop, and wow, okay. Hmm. So it came back to this area. It would have stopped me out. Huh. I guess we'll see what happens. I guess we'll see what happens. And this is what I mean about just being a bear. You just never know. You never know where to put your stop. But if you're a bear, please use a stop. I learned that the hard way this morning. What happens when you're on the short side of the market, the wrong side of the market, and you don't use your stop? Okay. But all right, guys, that's gonna be it for me tonight. I'm very interested to see what this candle does overnight, because if this was a trade, this thing just completely stopped me out just to go back down to hit my targets. That is just frustrating. But I mean, that's just the Nasdaq. But we do have FOMC, we do have earnings tomorrow, so uh, if you need to sit on your hands tomorrow, I think tomorrow will probably be the best day to do that. Allow all the volatility to get out of the way if you're not comfortable trading in so much volatility. Oh no, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I do think that we will see a bullish move and a bearish move tomorrow. I do think the market will trade in a range tomorrow, but overall, I do think that we can probably get to like 615, 620 on SPY after all the volatility is said and done. I do not doubt that. I don't. But we will definitely see what happens. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.